Hey everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I am creating for you a wedding card and a wedding gift. So my brother is getting married. As I'm filming this intro, he is getting married, but as you are seeing this video, he has gotten married. And his wife was carrying a bouquet of sunflowers. So I thought that would be a perfect kind of theme for a handmade gift and a handmade card. So I'm going to share with you everything that I pulled off Creative Fabrica and how I kind of put that together. I'm going to walk you through coloring and creating a card for them, but also creating a monogrammed shadow box for them. So if you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. I have a link to Creative Fabrica in the description box down below. It is an affiliate link. So if you sign up after your 10-day trial using my link, I get a small commission. So if you do that, I appreciate it. You guys know I normally don't do affiliate links, but I have that one. And that's only because, as I showed you guys in the dedicated video, I've used Creative Fabrica a ton. In fact, some of the stuff that you're going to see in the kits actually came from Creative Fabrica. And I'm really excited for that video to go live. That'll probably go live, I would think, next weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. So anywho, that's it. I'm going to head over to the craft table. I'm going to walk you through how I made these fun projects. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I'm at TheJollyFatElf. And we'll get started. Hi friends, here's a look at Creative Fabrica and what I ended up downloading. I just searched sunflower line art, sunflower clip art, and then sunflower 3D, and downloaded everything that I wanted to use. And then for the 3D shadow box, I just cut it all out using my silhouette. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to walk you through just a little bit of it. I kept their name out because I wanted to keep that private. So I'm just using some Scotch, what is this called? Mounting foam. And I'm putting on a pretty good amount of adhesive. I may not have needed to use quite as much as I did, but this is a gift. I want it to last as long as it can, but this is going to go in a frame. So that is something to keep in mind. I also messed up on one of the layers and had to recut it. So also keep that in mind. So the wedding was really nice. We got home about 10:30, I think, on Saturday night. We had to stop and eat on the way home because we didn't eat at the reception. One of the medications I take can give me issues if I eat. And being that far from home was like, but we did go to the reception and we hung out for a little bit. So it was really nice. It's good to have him married, and she seems like she is a perfect fit for him. And I'm so excited that he has someone to go through life with, because yeah, anyway, that's enough of the feels. So this is actually pretty easy. I did use some 12x12 paper that I had in my collection from Recollections from Michael. So it wasn't a very heavy cardstock, but it was enough to have a little bit of substance, But again, I don't think you needed quite this much adhesive, but I was in it to win it, and I did. So I just got my shadow boxes off of Amazon. You can search shadow boxes pretty much anywhere where they're frames sold. I get mine on Amazon. They're not very expensive at all. If you saw last year, I made a shadow box using the grab and go kit from Stamp Anything. So it was like a Grinch theme, and I had so much fun making that. So that is, I believe, on my channel. Maybe it's on their channel. I honestly don't remember. So they have tons and tons and tons and tons of designs that you can use for these kind of shadow boxes. I've downloaded a couple of them that I may use for the holiday card series. We decorate in silver and purple for the most part. This year we may put up a white tree that's more candy themed, because until my nephew is older and won't, try to take down a 9-foot Christmas tree, and knows not to, mess with ornaments that are breakable and stuff like that. So we may put up a fun one for now and then go back to that later down the road. But I don't even think we decorated for Christmas last year or put up a tree or anything. So I hope to rectify that this year. Last year was rough, as you guys remember. So hopefully this year is a bit better. So this is where I messed up. I don't know what I was doing. But I put all of this adhesive on the wrong dang side. And so I wasted the paper and I wasted all this adhesive. I was like, missing, dang it. So that was not fun. But yeah, anyway, we did that. So that's done. And that's the last thing I have to do out of town for a while, until Thanksgiving. So I have a lot of appointments coming up, but the wedding was the one main thing and it happened real quick. So I was like, okay. And I managed to get this done in time. But I don't think they have it yet. I had taken it with me. They got married at her parents' house and I just put it on the dining room table because I would think I was the only person that brought a gift. And I was like, did you get your gift? And they were like, no. I was like, well, I think it's on the dining room table. So anywho, that was a true story that happened. And I bought a strawberry dress for the occasion and I didn't even get to wear it. So, yeah. Okay, let's move on to the card. So I worked in silhouette, as you guys know, like I like to do. And I decided I wanted to make a 5x7 card. So this is 2 cards panels and I'm cutting it down at 5 inches wide by 7 inches tall and just kind of trimming things up. I wanted it to hang off the page just a little bit, but not a whole bunch where we lost a lot of the flowers. I'm going to be coloring this with my Copic, so if you're not interested in coloring, this is not the video for you. Thank you so much for watching this far. So I started with a really deep YR. I believe this was YR 27. I didn't make these very bright and vibrant. I wanted them a bit more subdued. And I'm taking the darkest color and just, here you can see me, I'm like, okay, am I coloring a leaf? Am I coloring, petals? What am I doing? So it was a little difficult, but I went ahead and went in with the darkest color and laid in where my shadows would be. So that would be any petals that are behind, any petals that are on top, there would be a shadow between that one and the one behind it. And I'm just flicking the color in. I like to color darkest to lightest and then back again. So I'm going to turn on some music and just let you guys watch me color for a little bit. It's basically just rinse and repeat. And once we get ready to get done with the leaves, I'll catch right back up with you. So I just use these kind of cool tone darker browns and dotted in color to kind of emulate the seeds. Now I'm going to do what you guys know I always do. I'm going to go around this with a blue marker. Instead of BG11 and BG10 this time, I use B quadruple zero, B triple zero, and then I end up adding B00 because I wanted it a bit more kind of sky blue and a bit deeper. These were a little bit light for me. You guys know I love doing this. It's one of my favorite things to do to kind of make a image pop out. You don't have to do this whatsoever, but you need something to, so it doesn't look like your flowers are just floating in oblivion, which is why I went ahead and had the bouquet cut off on the side, but also cut off at the bottom. That way it looks like it's growing up from something and it's not just centered in the page. Now you could completely do that. That would have been fine, but that was not the look that I was going for. Plus I wanted a place to put my sentiment that I'm going to be stamping later in the video. And this just seemed like the best way to get that done was to scoot it over just a little bit and then go ahead and bring in the sentiment. So I'm going to keep coloring and then we'll talk once we get to the sentiment. So I got that adhered to a 5x7 note card, and I'm going to move on to my sentiment. So I have the stamp set from MFT. I don't remember what it's called, but I believe it's Inside Out Wedding Greetings. But there is a congratulations, and I decided I wanted to heat emboss this. So this is a piece of navy paper that I had on my desk, just kind of there on off to the side, and I've used my embossing buddy to remove the static, and then I have stuck the stamp side down on the back of my hand to kind of take away some of the stickiness. People call it seasoning. I think that's a weird way to say it. I just think of it as removing the stickiness. And then I am using some glitter embossing powder. I don't remember which one this is from, like where this is from, but any kind of gold glitter would do, or even just plain gold. You could do, I wouldn't do silver. I mean, I guess you could do silver, but since sunflowers are inherently warm because they are yellow, orange, etc., I went ahead and went with this. So I'm going to start by heating it on the back. So, that way I don't lose all of my glitter. You can see there that I do have glitter on my station or on my table, but I am going to pull that off. The glitter, you can kind of see you can see the embossing powder change colors, but it kind of keeps the glitter there. So I'm going to cut this out using my paper trimmer, and then I'm going to get this adhered using some pop dots. I'm going to bring in a Swiffer sheet. That's what you see off to the left hand side. That's what I'm going to use to clean up the excess glitter. I don't remember where I got that from, but I think it works out perfectly. So here are just some smaller pop dots that I'm going to add on. Take those off, and then once I've done that, this is complete. So thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I really do appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this card. If you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Leave me a comment letting me know what you think of these sunflowers. And if this is something you'd like to see me do in the future, or if you would like me to add these files to the Etsy shop, because I can 100% do that. They would be PDFs that you could print and cut, color, etc. All right, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I love your faces. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.